right now I want to talk about the housing market in general, but then zero in on the condo market. So the housing market is stalled out, and prices have actually fallen in more than 1/3 of the major housing markets in the country from a year ago. And so we had a big run up in prices over a 5-year period, and now there's indigestion. And sellers are looking for the prices that things had escalated to through 24, and now here we are at the tail end of summer in 25, and those prices have stalled. And buyers are in a buyer's strike, still facing high mortgage rates, and sellers are like, what do I do? Well, let me tell you, what's going on in the single-family home market is nothing compared to what's going on in the condo market. The condo market, as I first realized back about, 35 years ago, the condo market patterns are more extreme than housing market. So housing markets, it's very rare what's happened with the housing market in recent years where it ratcheted up so much year by year. Usually the cost of housing goes up by the rate of inflation plus a little bit more. And the condo market does something completely different. The condo market over time, when you look at long periods of time, trends exactly the same as the single-family house market in price changes over the long haul. But in the short term, condo prices go up and down. You ever seen an EKG where it goes up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down? And it's pretty dramatic. Well, that's what happens with the condo market. Condo market is much more price sensitive in the short term. And condo prices right now are dropping at a much greater rate than home prices are dropping in markets where home prices are dropping. And that's completely normal. And what's weird about this is people buy a condo often as a transition in their life, a shorter intention of ownership cycle than how homeowners think when they are homeowners to be. When they're looking for a home, they intend to be in the home for a much longer time than potential condo buyers look at being in a condo. And the economics of it are exactly the opposite. So somebody who bought a condo at the exact right moment for this cycle as a buyer, which was when interest rates were crazy low, and they bought a condo maybe 6-7 years ago, and then they sold it, a couple of years ago or last year, they made out like bandits because of this thing where in the short term values rise and fall so much. The condo market has more to fall. If you look at days on market, the condos are sitting on the market for longer and longer and longer time periods. And it takes a while for people to say, wow, guess we're going to have to take less for the condo, or we're just going to have to take it off the market. So if you are somebody who has a hankering to buy a condo, particularly in markets that are in crisis, the most of all in the country and the largest condo market in the United States is Florida, you got to wait this one out a little bit to be a smart buyer. Because even though prices are dropping, for the most part, Florida condo sales are not at what's known as capitulation, which means that people are like, it doesn't matter what it was worth. If I want to sell and I need to sell, this is what I'm going to have to sell it for. We're not there yet, but the trend for buyers is your friend. For sellers, it ain't your friend at all. And there are a small number of exceptions to this. In parts of the country where there has not been a lot of inventory built, parts of the Midwest and particularly parts of New England, what I just talked about does not apply. But generally around the country, and especially in coastal regions, and at the top of that list, Florida, the condo market has more to give on the low side and better deals for prices that I expect are coming.